Few men know this, how often you should or should not reach the apex. Advice from a wise old lady. Introduction. In the journey of life, many people are driven by the pursuit of excellence, success, and peak performance. Whether in their careers, personal lives, or even their hobbies, the idea of reaching the apex, the very summit of achievement, seems to be the ultimate goal. We are told to strive for greatness, to push ourselves to new heights, to be the best at everything we do. However, as with all things in life, balance is key. Too often, people push themselves relentlessly toward the pinnacle without truly understanding how often they should, or should not, reach it. There's a timeless piece of advice passed down through generations from those who have lived long enough to witness the consequences of both overreaching and underachieving. And it comes from the wisdom of a wise old lady, someone who has experienced both the highs and lows of life. This advice, grounded in years of reflection and understanding, suggests that reaching the apex, whether in personal or professional pursuits, should not be a constant or even frequent goal. The old lady's wisdom teaches us that there is value in knowing when to reach the summit, and just as importantly, when to step back and appreciate the view from where we are. This piece of advice is more relevant than ever in today's fast-paced, achievement-oriented world. In this essay, we'll explore this concept in depth, drawing from real-life examples and practical scenarios, while examining the fine line between striving for excellence and recognizing when the constant chase for the apex may be detrimental to our well-being and success. The pursuit of the apex. What does it mean? The apex in this context refers to the highest point of achievement or success. It could be a career milestone, a personal goal, or even a moment of peak performance in one's life. For some, the apex might mean landing their dream job, becoming a renowned expert in their field, achieving perfect physical health, or reaching a stage in life where everything seems to fall into place. The modern world often emphasizes this constant upward movement. Social media, for instance, perpetuates an environment where success is often measured by comparisons to others. The more you achieve, the higher you rise. The term hustle culture encapsulates the idea that there are no limits to what one can achieve, provided they are willing to sacrifice enough. However, this perspective, while motivating, often overlooks an important truth. Not every moment of life needs to be spent on a quest to reach the apex. In fact, there are times when the best decision is to stop and appreciate where you are, understanding that reaching the summit too often can lead to burnout, dissatisfaction, and even failure. The wisdom of the wise old lady. When to push and when to step back. The wise old lady in our story is not someone who speaks in riddles or mysterious aphorisms. She is someone who has lived through decades of trial and error. Her wisdom stems from real-life experiences that have taught her that pushing too hard for perfection can sometimes be a mistake. 1. Understanding the cost of constant pursuit. One of the key lessons the old lady shares is that reaching the apex too often or too quickly can come at a great personal cost. Take, for instance, the case of a highly driven individual who pushes themselves to achieve every career milestone as fast as possible, taking little to no time for rest or reflection. At first, the rewards come quickly. Promotions, accolades, and financial success appear within reach. But soon, the person finds themselves burned out, disconnected from their own desires, and possibly even estranged from loved ones. Real-life examples abound. Consider the story of Silicon Valley entrepreneurs who are lauded for their innovative success, only to later reveal the devastating toll their relentless work habits have taken on their mental health and personal lives. The pursuit of success can often be an all-consuming endeavor that leaves little space for rest or introspection. And while the apex might look inviting from a distance, it is often much colder and more isolating than expected. 2. The importance of knowing when to rest. The wise old lady teaches us the value of rest, and the importance of recognizing that success does not always require constant action. In nature, for instance, many animals know when to slow down and hibernate, taking periods of rest in order to build the strength necessary for the next phase of growth. Humans, too, are natural beings, and we need moments to rejuvenate, reset, and recharge. Taking breaks does not mean giving up. On the contrary, it is in the moments of rest that we often find our clarity and creativity. For example, Many breakthrough ideas and moments of inspiration come when we are not directly focused on achieving a goal. Think of the famous eureka moments in history, where great inventors and thinkers stumbled upon life-changing ideas while taking a walk or daydreaming, rather than while striving for success. 3. The danger of overexposure to success. One thing the wise old lady emphasizes is that reaching the apex too often can lead to a condition she refers to as overexposure to success. This is the state where an individual becomes accustomed to success to such a degree that the thrill of reaching the summit is lost. They become numb to the joy of achievement, and instead of celebrating each success, they begin to chase the next goal with even more fervor. This is a common phenomenon in the world of competitive sports, where athletes who reach the peak of their careers too early often struggle with a sense of emptiness afterward. The pressure to maintain peak performance can be overwhelming, and when the glory fades, they are left with little else. A perfect example is the story of athletes like Michael Phelps or Simone Biles, who after years of unparalleled success, faced mental health struggles due to the constant pressure to perform. Similarly, the corporate world is filled with high achievers who work themselves to the bone, only to find that the rewards they've worked so hard to obtain no longer bring them the satisfaction they once promised. They've reached the apex, but the summit is not as fulfilling as they thought it would be. Balancing the desire for success with the need for contentment. The question that arises, then, is this: how often should you strive to reach the apex? The answer, according to the wise old lady, is that it's not about frequency but about discernment. It's about understanding when the pursuit of greatness serves you and when it harms you. This balancing act requires deep self-awareness. In some cases, the chase for the apex may align perfectly with your long-term vision and personal growth. But in other cases, it may be better to pause, to step back, and to appreciate the journey instead of obsessing over the destination. Example: the balanced career. Take the example of a professional who has climbed the corporate ladder for years. They have reached a high position, but they begin to realize that their passion for the work has faded. In this situation, pushing for the next promotion or greater financial reward may not bring the fulfillment they seek. Instead, they might decide that their apex is not another promotion but a healthier work-life balance, more time for personal pursuits, or a shift to work that aligns more closely with their values. This does not mean giving up on ambition, but rather understanding that there are many different types of success. Some are external and measurable, while others are internal and qualitative. Real success comes from knowing when to seek the apex and when to step back and redefine your version of fulfillment. Conclusion: the art of knowing when to reach the apex. In conclusion, the advice from the wise old lady is simple yet profound. Strive for the apex, but don't make it a constant or exclusive pursuit. Life is about balance, recognizing when you're pushing too hard, when you're sacrificing too much, and when it's time to rest and reflect. Reaching the summit too frequently can strip the journey of its meaning and leave you exhausted. At times, stepping back and enjoying the view from where you are can be just as powerful as achieving the highest peak. Ultimately, the key to living a fulfilling life is understanding the ebb and flow between striving for success and embracing contentment. Life is not just about reaching the apex, but about enjoying the climb, the rest, and the moments in between. The wisdom of the old lady reminds us that success is not just about the destination, but about how we choose to navigate the journey.